it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business.
There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to...
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
Amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal. That is a compelling vision of the future. One I could perhaps support. Involving money in science seems questionable, but having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly.
Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive, and I assure you that Auntie's choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores.
No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous, and a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to, and a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity. That assumes Auntie's choice would even abide by such a list of restrictions, and which would almost be impossible for the Order to enforce.
Not to worry. We can build a regulatory commission to oversee production and make sure everything is up to Auntie's choice and Order standards. Impartiality concerns are a thing of the past. Obviously, regulators would be incentivized to care most about the safety of the consumer. You know, right after production costs.
As would the likelihood that we will eventually improve upon it. We shall allow Auntie's control of the current design. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner. A 50-50 split? But that's so equal. Goodwill rarely converts well into bits, but I suppose I do take your point. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later.
I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's choice.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of what they will be used for.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I? While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it. Certainly, but nothing I'm not prepared to suffer.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order.
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example. You sound just like Laureate Beckett. I weary of having this debate, especially as I can never seem to win it. Very well. Never mind about the chemicals. Now is not the time for risky experimentation at any rate.
Oh, bother. Here I wanted to see Ruth lobotomize herself. Ah, well. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward. As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor.
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive to consider.
We'll of course provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Toodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, we must reclaim Spireton from the enemy. Spireton once served as the Order's headquarters, due to its proximity to the Archive. Its loss was an affront, and remains so. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. A prudent course of action, though I would also advise caution. Praetor is as perilous as Cloister, if not more so, given the Protectorate's presence there. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
I'm impressed, Commander. I really thought you'd botch that.
Or maybe I was just hoping you would. I personally prefer them at each other's throats.
They'd forfeit by middle time. It would be an embarrassment to bodyguards. Imagine the ad windfall. Clears was specifically founded to fight what nature inflicts, to offer higher quality pharmaceuticals designed...
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Ah, there you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants. And covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. I'll have you know, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your enemies when you can co-opt and sell goods to them later? Tut-tut. No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Prater. Not just any automechanical, something much, much more exciting. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
Attention valued employees. Auntie here to... Product improvements, sales of new and improved stimulants and nutrition supplements are up 11% quarter over quarter. Not too shabby, but that's small change compared to experimental operations.
I have whatever size weaponry you need to make all your problems past tense.
A good set of arm.
Welcome. Here at Arnie's Armory, the customer's goals are our goals. So, How can I help you achieve just the right amount of reckless, unspeakable violence today? You name it, we got it. I got your locks, I got your stocks, I've even got both your beautifully smoking barrels.
It is dynamic, efficient, and well suited to... needs of our populace. After all, that's what...
Which do you like invading more? The Protectorate? Or the Order?
All that Protectorate EA saying is downright unnerving. But at least they don't worship numbers or some such.
I never know what either of them are saying half the time.
Well, welcome, future repeat customer. I can tell just by looking at you that you'll be back again and again. Ready to make a purchase? I've got armor in all shapes and sizes and for all occasions. Though I'm guessing you get shot at more than occasionally. Can't tell the difference between cover and concealment? Then you need a good set of armor before some... or someone succeeds in ventilating you.
shelter. I'm sure they'll arrive.
Give the order, and I'll take care of them, Commander.
There's number.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Fortificator is charged. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Stun weapon ready, Commander. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Combatant scan. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Replenishing mechanism.
Standing by to stupefy.
Come out and die. Re-engaging.
Going to investigate.
There they are.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Combatant scanned.
Extrapolating.
Fire movement!
Seeking cover. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Down up here.
Hostilities are afoot. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
I'm staying up public!
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Enemy.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Maintaining perfection. Come upon me unawares, you will answer for it harshly.
Mobilizing. My reckoning, that was the last one. Protectorate has this sealed. It can only be unsealed near the Archive's entrance, remember?
Reacquiring target. About to verify my trepidation.
My academic rivals are no doubt sitting comfortably in probabilistic analysis and ossification right now. I've been trying to calculate which is the worst disruptor. Unforeseen factors, random elements, or anomalous outliers. I suppose bad data is bad data, whatever they are.
Ah, we see you didn't even require us. Our arrival was scheduled for the optimum moment. Apparently we're meant to hold Spyreton, not assist in taking it.
It defies belief you negotiated a partnership between Auntie's Choice and my colleagues. I've no faith in my predictions now. True, true. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. May the plan favor us against long odds.
May all your theories prove true.
Yeah.
As predicted, Spireton is ours. Above average work! Now, if you'll excuse me, I have numerous calculations to think about.
Yup. The professionals are here now. Everybody else can go home.
Field work without data collection is an idle time pass.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
So what sort of things are you into when you're not assassinating colleagues with mathematical efficiency?
My field of expertise is atomical dynamics.
Oh, is that akin to propulsion mechanics? Because I can field strip and oxidize a manifold blindfolded with 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
It's entirely unrelated. Takes years to comprehend. You wouldn't understand even if I distilled the fundamentals into a 2-hour lecture supplemented with handouts and visual aids.
Merciful law. No need to condescend. Ever hear of small talk?
Either the rifts devoured everyone here, or they're all waiting to spring out at us.
Attention, IRC staff. Please head inside for an important announcement from the console. Attendance is mandatory.
Something is afoot. At least we know where everyone went.
Locked and loaded. Let's get the signal.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Yeah. Yeah.
Due to an anomalous event, the Interstitial Hall and Exhibition Tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype Rift Anomaly Modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the lead researcher's office.
Yeah.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
Wonder how long ago the Order predicted this. Assume the presiding bishop's been keen to the possibility for some time.
The Sovereign's a downright dove compared to the Council. This is gonna be bad for everyone.
As I call upon you to stand tall with renewed... Got my lamps on an unfront. Together, we will finish our great sovereign's work and purge Arcadia of those who seek to harm us. We shall clench our victory and step into the prosperous future our matriarch promised.
Ready to waste on your command.
I'll stop, bot.
Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Troublemaker approaching.
Sustain the system! Oh, our selfless sovereign, matriarch. Something should happen while he is convalescing. We are duty bound to stop them.
The Protectorate endures!
Restoring the balance!
Yeah!
Got my lamps on an unfront.
I know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh, you're not security. Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as long as you extend me the same courtesy. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping head and body united diminish by the second. Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment I was in charge of. Naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me conduct an investigation, could I? No, that would be outrageous, unthinkable. Except, whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing my hand here. Help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, in your exploration of the lab, you happen upon the modulator, I surely would not be able to prevent you from seizing it. What I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, it will set off an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility, but only if you help me in turn. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And if Valancourt suffers repercussions for its loss, I will count that as an added benefit. The kind that proves I did not dishonor myself by making a mistake, and that the cause of the disaster was due to someone else's malfeasance, deliberate or otherwise. The prototype rift modulator is currently in Interstitial Hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over that can take you directly there. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the keycard and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to the wing. That is what we've agreed upon, is it not? Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be something pertaining to the investigation within. I've already shared more with you than I ought have, but go ahead. That's an ugly way to describe a legitimate transfer of power. And if you're trying to bait me into expressing an opinion of my superiors, I assure you I will not. A technicality. He's inferior in every way that matters. The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center was created to continue researching into rifts, following a significant setback to our studies elsewhere. How do you know about that? That disaster and its link to the death of the Sovereign's family was not made public. No one outside of this facility is supposed to know of it. Regardless, even though Horizon Point's destruction did impede our progress for a time, we learned from it as well. We're now able to generate rifts safely within containment. Or we were. Due to the exacerbation of the greater rift recently, these lesser rifts became less stable. Some breaking containment or spawning outside of it altogether. In public, Henry has adopted the affectations of his father. In private, he is much more personable, though meddlesome too. Always wanting to be involved in the experiments. He becomes most animated when we discuss how matter might be reconstituted from the rifts. What was lost somehow returned. You could say he has a vested interest. His motivations are personal. All I am willing to say is that he is a man who loved his family very much and would move planets to see them again. He and the consul wore coats cut from the same stern cloth. Henry has never quite matched either of them, in terms of temperament or severity.
But should this announcement not have come from the Sovereign himself?
Matriarch pride. We can't be expected to sleep in these conditions.
Better than bivouacking on Cloister. Not the toes missing his testament.
Every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
Hostiles near. I see an unfriendly...
Over.
Resorting to violence.
Evan!
Combatant scan.
Yeah, I'm out!
Rusty there, Commander.
Be a good neighbor! Maintaining perfection!
is in there has been pushed to the outer limits of the universal equation.
They envy our prosperity.
They really just left the modulator out in the open, huh? Well, let's say we avail ourselves of their poor security.
Lockdown initiated.
Quickly, use the modulator to open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
to the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulator. I've made the intercom available to you. Avail yourself of it. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. Prototype modulator. The first of many such devices we've created here at the center. And regardless, that one won't remain in your keeping long. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage? Glib if you like. All you've done is illustrate the need for more invasive auditing of my personnel. I'll be sure to inform them of your role in that unpleasantness. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. Does such bravado normally advance your agenda? Be it. We can forgo civilities. I will await you in the hangar. There, bullets may fly more freely than words.
Hostile spotted! Check this.
Necessary vulnerability identified.
Dictate. Eye your neighbors carefully. All subjects prosper under the...
Don't let that thing...
Proceeding to attack.
About. I'm locked
Don't be reluctant to unfold any rifts you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
You suppose there's been another incident?
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
On your toe.
I have a fix on the...
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say
Yeah.
These quarters are awful meticulous. Makes me wonder what Valancourt might be hiding hereabouts.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first. Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time then. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there, reopen the rift using the modulator, so we can begin searching for clues. There's the sorry excuse of interstitial reconfigurating matter that claimed my arm. Let's open the hood, shall we? Rifts reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original seed that could lead us to the evidence we need. You've discovered something? I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine what would have possessed him to deliberately endanger the Sovereign's life. It's unconscionable. I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. A man cannot defecate without humming a protectorate anthem. For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's mercurial behavior, it seems there was yet more I did not know about him. I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any additional points of data, please share them. You've discovered something? I think I can formulate my own conclusion from here. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I count on you to do the rest? The kind that buys you time to do what you need to. If we can find a way to isolate Valancourt from his forces, he will be much easier to deal with. I'll go first. Follow behind, but not too closely. We don't want him to see you. I'll keep Valancourt talking so that you can get a good angle on him. But his patience isn't limitless, so be swift. Attack when ready. No need to wait for a signal from me. Oh, and there's also a rift in the hangar. An experimental byproduct, as it were. I would avoid interacting with it, lest you alert Valancourt to our ploy.
Pleasant as I find your company, I must ask you to vacate the area at once. I'm preparing our defenses against an intruder.
Hold the pleasantries, Valancourt. I know you sabotaged the experiment that nearly killed me and the Sovereign. I have the proof.
Calm yourself, Doctor. Such a belligerent tone is unbecoming from one of your profession.
Don't tell me to calm down, you traitorous worm. You attempted to assassinate the Sovereign, and don't dare deny it.
For you to have discovered that, you'd have needed to reopen the rift. Ah, you're collaborating with the thief, aren't you? Oh, Doctor, big mistake.
I'm going to report you to Central Control. The Sentinels should know one of their own has gone rogue.
Oh, shall I quake and quiver? Your threats are wasted air. We Sentinels are now empowered to act extrajudiciously. I was merely taking initiative. It matters not if the console failed to recognize my foresight at the time. All came to right in the end, now that that simpleton Varric is off the throne. You've turned into such a disappointment, Sophia. First, you blunder my perfect plan with your disgusting heroism. And now you conspire with outsiders.
That outsider barely needed my help. Of the two of us, clearly it is you whose job efficacy has most deteriorated.
Bold of you to assume I don't have everything under control. Or did you think I hadn't cottoned on to this obvious distraction?
Distraction? I don't know what...
You'll die now,
I got my last on an unfriendly. Got eyes on some notes.
In our midst!
Check it. Limit further damage.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Combat and scan.
Pushing ahead!
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
The protector is
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Consider self-preservation a priority. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Combatant scan. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
I see an unfriendly.
seeking cover! What was...
Investigating hostile intent. Yeah.
Now that you have the Rift modulator, any previously inaccessible rifts could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.